Hey, good day to all of you, my friends, subscribers, commenters, and everyone else watching. Thank you and welcome to my channel. I really appreciate you being here. And welcome to a very special outdoors edition of my channel. Folks, I haven't done an outdoor video. The last one I did is probably over 2 years ago. 2 summers ago, I did a video out in these woods, and I haven't been back since. Well, I've been back. I'm in these woods all the time because they're right behind my house where I live, but I haven't done a video out here in ages. So anyway, I thought I'd come out today. It's such a beautiful day out here, and I thought you'd enjoy a different change of scenery, so why not? So what I'm doing for this video is there's a thread going around. Now, I'm not sure who started it, but I've seen many of my friends out there do videos as part of this thread, and it's basically listing 10 favorite Beatles songs. So I said, hey, I want to jump on that. I want to get on board on that. So I don't know who the original person is who started this thread, so I apologize for that in advance. Maybe one of you can mention to me who it is, and perhaps I'll put it in the comments and pin it or something. But thank you to whoever started this thread. It's a great little thread. It's a great little idea for all of us to participate in, and I'm looking forward to it. So, as many people have said in their videos, folks, it's hard for me to pick 10 songs. The Beatles catalog is near and dear to my heart. As you know, I've been a fan since 1964 when I was a little kid. And it's hard to discriminate between the songs I love. However, I think I've come up with a 10-song list here that I think you'll enjoy. I picked from the heart songs that meant a lot to me, that had some certain significance in my life or during my life, and those are the songs I selected. Okay, so let's go. I've got them all here, and I'm going to use the CDs to make it a little easier, and especially coming out in the woods, it would have been tough to carry all the vinyl out here into the woods. So anyway, here we go. All right, again, these are in no order, like others have said, no particular order, except perhaps my first, number one. We'll talk about that, but no particular order, folks, but here they are. Number 10 is by George Harrison on the Abbey Road album, Something. Folks, I love the song Something. It has a lot of meaning to me. When the album and single first came out in '69, I remember being a little kid, about 8 years old or 7 going on 8, and having a little toy drum set in my parents' basement. And I remember putting the single on for Something over and over again and pounding it out on the drums. Now, you wouldn't think of Something as a song to really, like, you know, it's not like a fast rocker where you'd really want to play drums to it. But if you really listen to Ringo's drumming on the song, for a little kid, that was fun to try to play along with. All right, think of the drums on Something, especially when it gets to the chorus. You're asking me, will my love grow? That part, and the drums are really banging out. I really loved that part when I was a little kid. Loved playing it on my toy drum set. And that brings back a special memory for me. So, number 10, Something. Okay, number 9 is a song I've loved since this album came out. This was the first album I ever went into a store. I told you the story when I did the tribute to this album about 3 years ago. You can go back and check out that video. It's one of my first videos ever. But I did a tribute to the Hey Jude album. And a song on that album is Paperback Writer. And when I was a little kid and my mom took me into the store to buy this record, I fell in love with just about every song on this album, but Paperback Writer, for some reason, struck a nerve with me, struck a chord, and to this day, even though that song is played to death, especially on the Beatles channel, I always stop and listen to Paperback Writer because it's just a song that has so much meaning to me off this album, and I'll just always have it close to my heart. Paperback Writer, number 9. Number 8 is a song that, to this day, it's one of my favorite Beatles, what I consider power pop songs. Love this song to death. I love it when I hear cover versions of this by other bands, or when I've been out watching Beatles tribute bands and they play this song, I get very excited. Number 8, Anytime at All, off the Something New album. And you'll notice I'm using a lot of the US albums, folks, only because These are the albums I grew up with. These are the albums I loved and enjoyed as a kid. These are the albums that bring back special memories for me. So Anytime at All is number 8 from Something New. Love that song. Number 7 is 2 minutes of pure excellence, pure joy, pure bliss. Please Please Me. It will always be one of my favorite early Beatles tracks. Now, as we know now, it was certainly out well before this album came out. It was out on the Please Please Me album in early '63, the British version. But I have it on here, and this is the version I remember playing a lot as a little kid off of this album. So my number 7, Please Please Me. My number 6 is probably one of my favorite, if not, I gotta say, it's right up there, my favorite Beatles ballads of all time. From the Revolver album, Here, There, and Everywhere. Love this song. There's been a few times I've been fortunate enough, especially on the 1993 New World Tour when Paul played it. And when he played that song, it just melted my heart, folks. I love that song so much. One of my favorite songs of all time, not just Beatles, but of all time. Here, There, and Everywhere, number 6. Number 5 is a song that I love this album. It's probably it's in my top 2 or 3 favorite Beatles albums of all time. Has to be. The Beatles' second album, and the song is, number 5, I Call Your Name. I mean, I love every song on this album, folks. But I Call Your Name is just one of those classic Beatles, power pop, Beatlesque rock and roll songs. To this day, it gets me jazzed, it gets me pumped up. I Call Your Name, number 5. Love it. Number 4, again, you know me, I'm a power pop guy, so I'm mentioning power pop a couple of times in this video. But probably the greatest Beatles power pop song of all time is at number 4 for me, on Yesterday and Today, And Your Bird Can Sing. Love that song. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. One of the greatest, if not the greatest power pop song of all time. The Beatles, in my opinion, and some of the songs they made around this period, 65, 66, 64, were the beginnings, were the foundations of power pop, and Your Bird Can Sing is right there. Love it. Number 4. Number 3 brings back a lot of memories for me because I didn't hear it until the early 70s because it wasn't on any proper Beatles album, at least here in America anyway, when I was a little kid. I went over a cousin's house one day, and they had the single To Help. They turned that single over, and after I heard this song, I made them play it over and over and over again. I fell in love with this song. I thought it was the most rocking song I had ever heard of all time. Finally came out on the Rock and Roll Music album, I'm Down, number 3. I love I'm Down. The memories it brings back for me are just phenomenal. Love it to death, and I always will. Number 3, I'm Down. My number 2 song is it just touches the heartstrings every time I hear it. I don't care how many times I hear it, even if they play it a million times on the Beatles channel. I love this song to death. The meaning behind it, what John was writing about, it just sits with me, and to this day, whenever I hear it, it brings me right back into my life, and well, I can get emotional thinking about the things I've gone through and have seen in my life. And so I have to pick this song at number 2, folks. In My Life by John, number 2. One of the greatest songs of all time. Not just Beatles, all time. I don't know what more to say about it. I'm sure it touches many of you, but that song touches me deep in my soul, and it always will. Number 2, In My Life. Last but not least, a song that it's played to death. Sometimes some people say it's overplayed, but when I first saw Paul on his 1989-1990 World Tour, I had camped out overnight to get tickets to the show. So I was right in front of Paul's piano, like second row. And when he played this song, folks, I'm not ashamed to say it, I cried. I had tears in my eyes, just tears of joy, tears of just happiness when he played Let It Be. He played that song that night, and it has struck me and sat with me since. And it is a song that, as I've gotten older, I was only in my late 20s when Paul played it for me the first time at that venue. But as I've grown older over the decades since, 3 subsequent decades, 30 years plus, it's only held more meaning for me, more soul-steering, emotional, if you want to look at it from a religious and a faithful standpoint, or just a standpoint of just life in general. It's a song that will always have special meaning for me, and a song I'll always love and cherish. Number one, and it probably is, deep down when I think about it, my number one Beatles song, Let It Be. So there you have it, folks. Matt Street's top 10 favorite Beatles songs, not in any particular order except for maybe Let It Be. Number 10, Something. Number 9, Paperback Writer. Number 8, Anytime at All. Number 7, Please Please Me. Number 6, Here, There, and Everywhere. Number 5, I Call Your Name. Number 4, And Your Bird Can Sing. Number 3, I'm Down. Number 2, In My Life. And number 1, Let It Be. And let it be, folks. And stay peaceful, stay happy, stay joyful. Keep your life full of love, friends, family, significant others, pets. Anyone you love, keep them close to you. Take care and love you all. Bye-bye.